words, the only way in which we can be sons and daughters of God is become brothers or sisters of Jesus Christ. That's why we're told in Hebrews chapter 2 that He is not ashamed to call us brethren. And that's what Jesus meant when He said in John 14 verse 6, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man comes unto the Father but by me. Only through Him do we become sons and daughters of God. So if we have not accepted Jesus Christ, we do not belong to the family of God. And I know that that's not a popular thing to say, because everybody's, we're all God's children. We are God's children by creation. But we have to become His children by redemption, or else we will be eternally lost children. Now, I want you to notice John chapter 8, verse 32 to 44. Here Jesus is speaking to a group of literal Jews. He says to them, and you shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. They answered Him, we are Abraham's descendants. Actually, in the Greek it says we are Abraham's seed. It's the same word that's used elsewhere. We are Abraham's seed and have never been in bondage to anyone. How can you say you will be made free? Jesus answered them, most assuredly I say to you, whoever commits sin is a slave of sin. See, He's speaking spiritually. He's not speaking literally. And a slave does not abide in the house forever, but a what? A son abides forever. He's saying, if you haven't received me, you are slaves of sin. And if you're slaves of sin, then you're not a son. He says, but a son abides forever. Therefore, if the Son makes you free, that is, if I make you free, you shall be what? Free indeed. And then He says, I know that you are Abraham's seed. I know that you're literally Abraham's seed, is what Jesus is saying. But you seek to kill me because my word has no place in you. I speak what I have seen with my father. You do what you have seen with your father. They answered and said to Him, Abraham is our father. Jesus said to them, if you were Abraham's children, you would do the works of Abraham. I was going to say, you're not Abraham's children at all. I know that you literally are, physically are, but you really are not Abraham's children. You're not Abraham's seed. Verse 40. But now you seek to kill me, a man who has told you the truth, which I heard from God. Abraham did not do this. You do the deeds of your father. Then they said to him, we were not born of fornication. We have one Father, God. Jesus said to them, if God were your Father, you would love me. For I proceeded forth and came from God, nor have I come of myself, but He sent me. In other words, Jesus is saying, Abraham loved me, my Father loves me, you hate me, so how can you say that my Father is your Father and that Abraham is your father? Because your spirit is totally opposite. Verse 43. Why do you not understand my speech? Because you are not able to listen to my word. You are of your father, the devil. Jesus did say some politically incorrect things. You are of your father, the devil, and the desires of your father you want to do. He was a murderer from the beginning and does not stand in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speaks a lie, he speaks from his own resources, for he is a liar and the father of it. In fact, the Apostle Paul in Galatians chapter 4 speaks about Hagar and Sarah and Ishmael and Isaac. The Jews claim to be descendants of whom? Of Sarah and Isaac. But do you know what the Apostle Paul says in Galatians chapter 4? He says, you folks, the Jerusalem that is now, and the Jews that were at Mount Sinai, he says, you are sons and daughters of Hagar and Ishmael. In other words, he's saying to them, you are not children of Isaac, you are children of the slave woman.